What is up, everybody? RandomRandomMan here to bring you my quick review for, and I'm going to have to sit back for this one, Interstellar, which stars Matthew McConaughey, Anne Hathaway, Jessica Chastain, and Michael Caine, and is directed by Christopher Nolan. Now, the plot follows Cooper, played by Matthew McConaughey, an ex-pilot turned farmer who lives in a near-distant future where Earth is ravaged by famine, drought, and a continuous dust bowl. But once he is enlisted to lead a group of astronauts through a wormhole to find a new home, he has to leave his family behind in order to think about the future of humanity. The cast here all give fantastic performances. Matthew McConaughey does an amazing job playing an astronaut, more importantly a father who has to leave his kids behind in order to figure out the future of the human race. Anne Hathaway also does a very good job playing a female astronaut who accompanies McConaughey on his journey. Michael Caine, in his never-ending journey to make us all cry in every Christopher Nolan film that he's in, is also great. But Jessica Chastain is the one actress of not honorable mention, as she gives an emotional performance that is tied towards McConaughey's character and young Mackenzie Foy's character that I think that she deserves a nomination of some kind come this award season, as overall I think Christopher Nolan has done it once again in assembling such an incredible cast. The plot here is very complex. Christopher and his brother Jonathan Nolan have once again written a script that is very thought-provoking and mind-bending once we do get into space, but is also as gripping once we are left on Earth to figure out how these characters are going to be integrated into the rest of the story. And it also gives us a lot better build-up towards how we should care for these characters in the end once the movie runs through its course. The visual effects, as with Nolan's past film, are just fantastic to watch. I mean, it amazes me that he has not used green screen at all for this film, as it makes me wonder how he could have pulled off incredible looking shots, not only in space, but on Earth as well, as the dusty atmosphere that is on our home planet makes everything just look so desolate and futuristic like that I just can't believe that Nolan has done it once again and making everything look visually stunning. Other minor details do make this film pop out as well, such as Hans Zimmer's organ-orchestrated score that accompanies the movie with such a griming sense of atmosphere. The little robots that do accompany the space voyage make everything a lot more humorous, as if Nolan's films aren't already humorous enough, if subtle, and just how everything comes together with the pacing and stuff, as this is a long movie at 2 hours and 49 minutes. But you know what? I didn't mind the running time at all. And yes, no movie should be this long, but if you can make me forget about the running time in the process of watching a movie, then it gets me sold throughout. Now, I would be lying if I said that I didn't have any problems with this movie, as what movie doesn't have any? While the plot is definitely masterfully written for its scientific purpose, there is so much exposition that is spewed out here and there that it may be too much for some people to take in upon the first viewing, and that is definitely okay. But the one thing that did bother me was the last 10 minutes. Now, this has been a great controversial note of this movie, as this is a take it or leave it kind of situation where people wanted it to end 10 minutes sooner, or some people accepted the emotionally gratifying ending. And while I think that the movie could have ended 10 minutes earlier, it did not mean that I didn't like the ending at all. It's just I want to have a certain preference with this movie in order for its ambiguity to be hold right here. But those factors do not detract in what makes this such an enthralling theater experience, especially when seen in IMAX, as you should definitely see this movie on the biggest screen you possibly can, as this makes for an experience that you will never forget anytime soon. My final thoughts on this movie are that this is Nolan's most ambitious film yet, and it definitely pays off in the long run. The acting here all around is incredible. The visuals are just drop-dead gorgeous when seen on the biggest screen possible. And the writing here, even though its exposition may be drawn out for its own good, leave a lot of themes to be explored, and it makes it so scientifically accurate to my knowledge that I think that I would be interested in science more because of the Nolans. Nolan has not made one bad film yet, in my opinion, and I highly recommend this movie. My final verdict for Interstellar is 4.5 out of 5 stars. Thank you all, as always, for watching. Be sure to like this video, comment on what you thought of Interstellar, subscribe to my channel for more, and I'll catch you on the next movie review.